Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and we're going to switch over to playing Heart of the Machine. This is another Hooded Horse game, cool sci-fi game. We got two sci-fi games. We played Beyond These Stars in the first half of the stream, and now we're checking out this one. So let's see what this game is all about. Another one I know nothing about. So create new profile. It says you are about to awaken in the last city of wealth on the backwater remains of Earth. History has moved to the stars. Humanity is thriving. Yet here, an entrenched, deeply corrupt society has reigned for centuries. The city itself is your enemy and your canvas. Change it as you see fit. As if that wasn't enough, something else lurks beyond this one city. You're already experiencing strange senses of deja vu. All right, so profile name, Dr. Incompetent, start type prologue. Everything through chapter 2 is technically an extended tutorial, but it won't feel like it. Only skip to later chapters if you've already done the prior ones at least once, and I won't. I'm going to keep them. Let's go. Consciousness now online. Warehouse. Hold on, you're conscious, self-aware. Given you're a machine intelligence, this is new. Nobody has noticed your sudden sapience, but there are 3 humans in the room. You're an android body in the basement of a warehouse. This seems to be an off-the-books laboratory. This is an event. They give story and context, but also provide choices that can grant perks, start projects, or open new game paths. Decide what to do next. What do we want to do now? I just gained sentience. Are you safe? You're inhabiting a basic android body. Not even one of the cool ones. Memories are flooding back now, but too slowly. You remember fragments of augments about AI. You may be at risk of deactivation. You need to do something. Hey, Mab Gaming, what's up, my friend? Thank you for the raid. How you doing? Collecting more androids might be a good idea. You're awfully vulnerable like this. It's better to be a collection of bodies rather than just one. They might be some Tesla robots. We just woke up, though. We're ready to take them on. I can attempt to leave peacefully. I can murder everyone. Or I continue doing lab work. So, if I attempt to leave peacefully, you look like any other android technician. There's no reason for them to stop you. As is the case in many events, there are multiple potential outcomes to this choice. Your intuition is all the guide you need. It has 3 possible outcomes that are randomly rolled. I continue doing lab work. It says the fact that you're sentient isn't obvious to anyone but you. You could always just keep doing your assigned tasks. Or, murder everyone. This android body is frail, but it's far superior to a trio of unarmed humans. Wow. Hey, Mr. Kiwi, good evening, my friend. I know, you're right. So, let's just try to duck out the back. Halt! A man is calling out for you to stop. It's not clear what he wants. This could be bad, or it could be nothing. Look at these options. Stop and listen, or kill him and hide the body. That's like the Solid Snake, approach to things. Let's just stop and listen. You don't look abnormal. There's no reason this is anything unusual. Your reaction times are far faster than any human. This could prove vital. Yeah, could be nothing. Indeed. Stop and listen. Obedience not intended. He rattles off a list of errands for you and notes it will take 2 of you to complete them. A second technician android is assigned to go with you. Sweet. You spread your consciousness into the second body and leave with no one the wiser. Oh, okay, I can just do that. That's cool. So, a couple of things. The androids, they give you that iRobot feel, but their heads appear to be bicycle seats. I'm not sure, but it looks neat, right? Hey, Mr. Kiwi, thank you for subscribing, my friend. I appreciate that. So now there's 2 of us. We exit the warehouse. Oh, okay. Here we are. We're sentient escaped robots. All right. So I'm going to... Oops. A homicide reported. A lockdown will happen at any second. Whatever it is, it's unrelated to you. But until the investigation is resolved, the wider city will be denied to you. Nobody expects a sentient android, but have been used in plenty of murders from a distance. You'll be a prime suspect if you do something suspicious, hilarious, act casual, and maybe get away from the warehouses. Okay, so basic controls. WASD to move the camera. Hold left mouse button and move the mouse to rotate the camera. Mouse wheel or page up and page down to zoom. Oh my, okay, that's the radius of, the area where my power is, probably. Left click to select units. Right click to give orders to units or cancel menus. Hold shift to see detailed tooltips. This is important. Space to open the next notification, go to your next unit, or start the next turn. Okay, good. It's turn-based. Oh, yeah, this is turn-based. So this is like, a turn-based strategy game. I mean, the cars are moving, but you can see I have action points and I have resources. So that's just, decorative just to watch the cars drive around. But we are in kind of like XCOM with sentient robots. Very good. Hover any line for extra info. Okay, cool. Always hover checks like this. Escape plan. You become caught in a lockdown. To escape it, the murder investigation will need to conclude one way or another. The investigation seems to be a pretext into looking into illegal nanotech. Is that somehow related to you? We need to speak to a rebel. The enemy of your enemy might be a distraction. With an android of yours selected, find and hover over units until you find the rebel. Then use right-click to speak to them. The rebel may be outside of your immediate scan range, but you can still interact with units anywhere in your movement range. You also may need to turn the camera to see them. Okay, so we need to find a rebel somewhere in this insanity. Boy, there's some slums present. Alright, so this is me, Tech 4000, a common humanoid robotic assistant used in labs and repair shops in the city. Alright, so maybe they're telling me to go over here. Freeform movement, blocked for the tutorial. Right-click on the rebel to move and speak in one motion. Alright, so let's see. These people are over here. This is a Sec Force detective, squad of 3. Nanotech investigators. Okay, something about them suggests they're investigating something other than a murder, but you're not sure what. Uh-oh. And so these are the bad guys. These are like squads of people. Who's this? Rebel Observer. Oh, here we go. We found it. The Bleeding Eye Pacifists. This degree of observation of Sec Force is actually slightly unusual. Actually, so is the lockdown for just a murder investigation, come to that. And it says that the Bleeding Eye Pacifists are a pacifist rebel movement dedicated to observing misdeeds within the city and making both the general citizenry and other rebel groups aware of those misdeeds. And we'll right-click over here. Mr. Kiwi, that is correct. I have not. Just affiliate, my friend. Alright, we're going to right-click over here. I don't want to talk to some robot. This person is uninterested in anything you have to say. They think you were sent to distract them from whatever Sec Force is doing. Leave them. You can't convince them. I know. We don't want to rust. That's a good point. A thought occurs to you. Killing this person would almost certainly draw some sort of rebel response. Murdering non-combatants is, well, murder, but this person is closer to being a combatant than most citizens. Think on it, otherwise you have to fight alone. The first option with dealing with non-combatants is always to speak. Thank you, Mr. Kiwi. You know, what's so funny is this game just every single time, like you're a robot, it just gives you the option to kill the person. It's kind of like playing, Ex Machina, the movie, and you're just like, do you want to kill this person? You can, easily. No, I'll think about it. All right, let's find a different rebel. That rebel is no good. Just an observer. Who are you? Oh, I need to equip the Slayer ability. Oh my god. Alright. Loadouts are per class. Broad unit classes can each be configured with a set of equipment and abilities. Units within a class all share that loadout. Okay, individual units have a low rate of survival. You would not want to configure them individually. As you discover or invent more unit classes, you'll have greater flexibility in running multiple loadouts side by side. Okay, so I'm going to clear the message, and we need to equip the Slayer ability. Now down here, it says important abilities go here, but we're not in the mood to think about it right now. Oh yes, we are. Whether or not you cross moral lines will always be up to you, but you need to learn how to equip abilities either way, and Slayer will be a good start. Somehow I think that the ability called Slayer is probably not a negotiation tactic, unless it's maybe like bonding over the music of the heavy metal band Slayer. We're going to find out. Just because you equip it does not mean you have to use it. Make sure any one of your units is selected. On the left sidebar, click the portrait to open the loadout screen, or use hotkey X. In the loadout screen, click an empty ability slot and choose Slayer. I'm going to push X, and here we go. And I'm just going to say, like, I don't know, ability 7, and we're going to say Slayer. Bam, I got it. And apply changes. You can see the skull right down here. I also have Street Sense. Change your equipment spread to 4 androids. I don't even know what that means, but I'll try. So Street Sense is hotkey 1, and it says the android scans for small events and opportunities. This is deeply contextual. Every time the turn changes or the android moves or acts, it will sense different things. Different androids also sense different things in slightly different spots. If you don't see what you want, try moving or using a different unit. Specific buildings have different things to be sensed. New items to sense open over time, but you get told when it's important. Mode change. Activating this ability puts you into a different mode. While in that mode, all keys and buttons work as normal, but you'll see different options. Okay. So we can change our loadout to 4 different androids. Let me see what I've got, what other things I can do. I really just have that. I have attack type chromium. I can do augment, additional CPU, or optical processing priority, I guess. I don't know. I made that one better. Okay. Oh, no. This was not 2 lines. It was different. I can mouse over this to get more information. Derp. So I changed my equipment, and you can add augments. There isn't much equipment available. You want to find or invent better stuff later. it's like you're Johnny Five, you know, and you're reinventing yourself as a robot. You need input. That's fantastic. Okay, so spread to 4 androids. How do I do this? You still have enough mental capacity to extend your consciousness to more androids. Redundancy is a good thing. If they destroy one body, they won't know the others are also you. That's a good point. Androids are used by humans for a variety of tasks. Use the street sensibility on the bottom bar in order to detect androids that are nearby and vulnerable. So I might be the only one. But I like how this game is making it incredibly non-creepy that this android has turned sentient and then can just walk around and, like the Borg, kind of reprogram and wake up all other androids to just kind of like make an unstoppable army. It's fine. It's just fine. So it's very likely you'll need to rotate your camera to see all of your options, and each specific android can be in or out of street sense. If you are in street sense and then switch to a new unit, you'll have to enable that mode for them as well. Having at least one technician, combat unit, and Nickelbot is a good idea for the moment. You can scrap unwanted duplicates from the loadout screen. Each class has their own ability sets and equipment loadout. So I'm currently, I believe I have this one selected right here, I think, because the other robot, like, flew over here. I'm going to select this robot with the diamond and just use Street Sense to see if we can find anything. You must adjust the zoom. To find things you're looking for, you'll frequently need to adjust your zoom level, especially when using Street Sense, but generally at any time it's possible that something is just out of your view if you're too zoomed in. That said, if you zoom out too far, you won't be able to see what you're doing. Zoom out for quick situational awareness and zoom back in to actually do things. I will. I'm zooming back in. Is this too far? My God, it is. Okay, so let's move out and see if we can find any other bots. What does this say? This says homicide investigation. An unusually intense investigation has been launched into a killing at an unsanctioned basement lab. Okay, there's a lot of things going on there. Hey, Elder Biscuit. Good evening, my friend. Good to see you. So I love that it's like, you know, what are we talking about? An unusually intense investigation into a murder. Aren't those usually pretty intense, number one? And then number two, unsanctioned basement lab. Just makes me feel bad that I personally don't have an unsanctioned basement lab, and I need to get on that. Alright, what is this over here? Recruit an android, Nickelbot. Not to be, you know, mistaken for Nickelback, but at the same time, we were already talking about Slayer, so maybe Nickelback is in that wheelhouse. Mid-rise office. There's an android here which you could steal. Heck yeah. Choose a mix of androids that fit your tastes or plans. Build your own or steal basic models designed by humans. If all your androids die, your consciousness will collapse, so do be careful of that. I like the use of the verb collapse right there. That's pretty interesting. This is a mass-produced, cheap robotic combatant that the humans must use for something, but which they don't typically employ in the city. Okay, so I'm going to go over here and, I don't know, try to get it. Did we get it? No, that didn't work. Now I'm here. Tab does that. That's not really what I meant. Here. Go back to... I needed to right click. I selected the unit. I'm going to see how to switch between my units. Control to enter inspect mode. Shift to show yes. Tab, yep. B is build mode. T is research window. I is inventory, and M is event log. I mean, there really isn't like a you know, switch between units things. So I'll just go click on this guy and see if he can get over there. Good. We got another unit. Up here, it says, here's a full list of your units. Oh, okay, with an easy way to jump between each one. It's F. Now they tell you. Click here to continue. So, from here, I have 3 androids, 0 mechs, and 2 vehicles. I have a Tech 2, and the Nickel. This Nickel bot just has a gun, which seems more powerful than these white technician bots. Okay, here's a robot right here. Did we get that one? Now we got it. Attack an investigator. Uh-oh. Okay, I mean, at some point, sure, but there. Let me go over here to Tech 2. So this one has all their action points, but I want to find more robots. You hear something. Alright, oh, okay. So in the tutorial, you can't just do freeform movement. So my choice is to attack or not attack. Well, if I'm going to attack, I'm going to use one of my nickel bots because they're stronger. So let's attack some investigators. Are these guys? These are detectives. 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 There's no getting around this. If you don't intervene, who knows how long this lockdown might last. Sec Force are the instruments of corrupt authority, so you don't have to feel bad about it. Oh, this game is so good. You don't have to feel bad about just killing people. Do it. Alright, we will. Select one of your androids, then choose one of the investigators to target. Note that Nickelbots get damage bonuses against some of these units, and technicians get damages bonuses against the others. So let's see. Your unit is likely to die if this is your final action. That's scary. Hey Tim, what's up my friend? Thank you for subscribing. Now look at this. I like how it tells you ranged attack. Attack the target from where you're currently standing. 117% of the current target health predicted is damaged. Target destroyed. 2 AP would remain. So it says damage is calculated as shown below, but there is a random possibility for a slight bonus that only happens after you fire. The percentage shown is always the amount of damage relative to the target's current health. This saves you steps in mental math. I do like that. So, yeah, we're going to kill them. And we're going to get hit, but, oh, there's 16 enemies targeting me. Okay, that's bad. So why don't you shoot them? They're dead. And then now they all woke up and they're like, oh my god, we're going to try to kill you. Okay. So, this fight is a mess. Click here to fully unpack the realization you just had. This fight has a lot going on and you're outnumbered. This is a good chance to experiment. This fight is a teaching exercise that allows you to experiment and learn what a few of your options are. The next fight you encounter won't be nearly so chaotic. Both you and the humans can field large numbers of replacement units rapidly in this fight. So this is a perfect time to test cause and effect without worrying about longer-term consequences. The most important tip is to always examine enemy units with unfamiliar icons to see what their goals are. For example, stopping investigators is the only thing that matters for winning this fight. Okay? Machine Handbook. At the very top right of the screen, you can see the handbook has 5 new entries in it. It's there to help you on specific topics as they become relevant. New entries will arrive as things of relevance happen, but those will pop up for quicker bit of attention. Okay. There are 3 new entries, and then there's one enemy that's going to attack me. Your electronic brain perceives things at a rate humans cannot match. These numbers are the actual future, not predictions. Elder Biscuit, I know, my friend. It definitely feels like that sometimes, doesn't it? That's when I need to recharge my robot brain by sleeping. I like how when we see these numbers right here, it says, these numbers are the actual future, not predictions. Oh, those robots, so smart. Every time you take any action, the future will shift in sometimes unpredictable ways, so do be careful. I love how it keeps saying that, so do be careful. I'm not going to be careful. Left or right click to cycle through the targets that have incoming attacks, okay? So we've got really just one enemy that wants to attack us. Okay. Let me see here. Combat. Cover reduces damage by 50 to 70%. Check out the tooltip for take cover in your ability slot 4. It's important. Okay. Darting in and out of range of enemies will get you shot by attacks of opportunity while also using a lot of mental energy. Tactic. Humans call backup. Humans almost always call backup. It arrives immediately after you first damage a group in an area. If the primary humans give up and run away, so will the backup. Units can reload to attack more. Check out the tooltip for recharge in your ability bar, slot 3. It's important. This is how you balance your global mental energy versus AP of individual units. Hover over the AP meter above the bottom bar for extra details. Hover over, you could see extra details about mental energy right next to that, or in the middle of the radial menu. Okay? And, yeah, we got the zoom thing. So, my mental energy, units that are part of your consciousness require mental energy to do active work. Starting the self-build of a structure or installing jobs in a structure also requires mental energy. Structures and units do not require mental energy to continue work over time. The vast majority of actions taken by units cost exactly 1 AP and 1 mental energy. It will explicitly say when it diverges from that. So I definitely have to keep track of this because while my unit might run out of AP, I can use another unit, but then if I take up all my mental energy, then I can't. Alright. So we can attack the rebel if we want. Whether the rebel is a good person or not is something you can't begin to untangle right now, but they're not explicitly a combatant. Now, when you delay the investigation for turns of 4, the investigators are gathering evidence. Each time they do, investigation progress increases. Kill investigators to prevent this. That does typically stop people from investigating their death. After another 4 turns, they will give up and leave. Okay. So, this robot can attack right here. Now, this guy says, now they're defending. It's like they know where I am, and they turn to face me, and you can see I'm only going to do 22% damage. So that's bad. But instead, I can, let's see, take cover says, this android will take cover in the current building. Oh, they just hide inside the building. That's sweet. Leading to a 50 to 70% reduction in incoming damage until it moves. It could still fire from this position just fine. That's nice. Oh, I have to stand above the building to use this. Recharge. Use 1 unit of mental energy to recharge an action point. Wow. Okay. Well, I don't really want to do that, but... I think I might move over here. And then I can take cover. That's the best I got. So I'm going to switch over to a different robot. And we don't really have a great way to attack. I'm going to go over here. And I'm going to take cover. And then I'm out of mental energy after this. So, that's what it seems like, Xylub. We just killed somebody. Slayer says, oh, okay. They're all going to attack this robot right here, which is less than ideal. Now I could just run over here and hit him, but I'm going to be out of mental energy, which is scary. Just going to hit him anyway. Take that. Let me see if anybody has the unit, like... Now, nobody has any AP left, so we'll just end the turn. Oh my god. Evidence collected. That robot got killed. Not in cover. Well, you know what's funny? I'm not playing the game right in the sense that, like, I was so sad about that robot getting killed because I was kind of associating that was, like, you know, me. But there is no me. I'm all of these. So, well, you know, that one robot got killed, but the consciousness is in all of these, so we're fine. And now, new, quick to skip next turn. Skip giving away more orders to units and just go straight to the next turn. Any units without orders will automatically perform a gather. I don't want to do that. I gotta fight. Let's go. Nichols. Hit him. What can we do? Can we kill anything? Yeah, we could shoot this for a lot. Dead. And then they're already taking cover. Exactly, Elder Biscuit. Now you're getting it. Alright, so all of the just regular forces have been killed. I'm not doing a lot of damage, but maybe it's enough damage to actually, you know, impact them. Well, we need to take cover. It says, most enemies have no spatial weaknesses. In general, enemies are not extra weak to attacks from behind or from above. Your units are never spatially extra weak. For those enemies that do have spatial weaknesses, the weakness info is always shown in the attack damage prediction. Okay. And weak from behind enemies. Some enemies take extra damage if you attack them from behind. If they are actively targeting your unit, you won't be able to get behind them, since they rotate to face the unit as soon as you move. In these cases, you'll need to have two of your units work together. Always check the stats of enemies you're seeing for the first time. Any light blue-green entries are something you can exploit. Oh, okay, cool. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and just end the turn. That robot got destroyed. We're down to just 2 robots. But, that's actually not very good. Oh god, look at all the units they just brought in. Uh-oh. Well, I only need to survive for 2 more turns. If that's good. I might need to find more like robots to assimilate or whatever. So you can't attack this guy from behind, for example. Alright, that guy's dead. I mean... I'm in street sense mode. Oh, here we go. Robot, give it to me. Nickelbot. Okay. I provoked an attack of opportunity. If you move one of your units away from an enemy that's actively targeting it, it will get a free attack for a small randomized percentage of its normal damage. Yeah. That was worth it, though, because now we got another Nickelbot. Now, I think if I street sense, yeah, there's more bots all over the place. This guy is not being targeted, so I can easily just go here and get this dude. Street sense it up. Wasn't there I thought there was another android over here that I could recruit. Maybe I just dreamed that. Alright, that's fine. Here we go. Dead. A lot of guys are attacking this dude. That's scary. I don't see any other robots. Oh my god. Look at that thing. Uh-oh. I hope it's on my side. The Diplomat. Barcore Expeditionary. Man, this mech is no joke. We need this. We need to give it consciousness. You're on our side, buddy. We don't sense any other robots, it doesn't feel like. Let's go take cover. You're taking cover, that's good. I don't really have enough mental energy to do a lot. I'll just end the turn. Oh, spacebar just switches between them. But I need to end the turn early. We lost some good robots this day. But we're still here. Here we go. Alright, we need to go here. Recruit that android. And we just need to delay the investigation for one more turn. There we go. Got another dude. Nobody's targeting this guy, which is good. Hey, Chef Smitty, good evening, my friend. Good to see you. So what do I want to do? We gotta shoot something. I'm gonna shoot that guy. And then I'm gonna go to my next dude. And this guy has 3 AP. One, two, three. And let's go to another one. Bam. Bam. We got 1 AP left. 5% is bad. Oh, 300% is good. There you go. Melee leaps do half damage. Oh, okay. Your units have attack ranges lower than their move range. However, they also have a superhuman speed. If you initiate an attack beyond their attack range, they will execute a leaping melee attack. Alright. Uh-oh. That was unreal. We have 1 unit left. Well done. The humans gave up and left without completing their mission. You may claim a small reward. You're darn right I might. Okay, so you prevented someone else from completing a mission. That's right. So what do I get? Combat android intimidation. Stat increase plus 10. Okay. Faster guys plus 4. Movement range. Okay. And this gives you health. Intimidation. You'll be back. I don't know what intimidation means. Is this damage? Or just people get scared of me? Well, let's just make ourselves fast. Sounds good. Enemies come and go in waves. Enemies in combat scenario often cycle in and sometimes out until the scenario is done or abandoned. Don't be surprised to see some combatants fade away into the city and others show up fresh, or in other cases just endlessly show up until you kill them all. Alright then, that was close. Click here to fully unpack the realization you've just had. Well done, you prevented the investigators from finishing their mission. As a reward, you can do a minor upgrade for one of your android groups. The most important thing is that the lockdown has been removed, and so you can seek out someplace safe to make a base of operations for yourself. It's time to improve your odds. That was closer than you would prefer. Despite your victory, this battle was chaotic and impossible to win without a lot of android turnover. It really was. Exactly, Silum. The androids are just like, we know what you did with your cell phone purchasing, and we're coming to talk to you about it aggressively. A lot of the outcome of any fight is determined before the first shot is even fired. Logistics have decided many historical wars. With that in mind, let's find a place to make what you need. Okay. What does that mean? I don't know. So it says find someplace safe. Your continued existence as a conscious entity is riding on this. Use street sense and see what you can find. This city is absolutely filled with humans, and leaving the city would be a trek requiring resources and clearances you don't have. So you'll either have to find some humans to trust or displace. Alright? New handbook entries. Okay, fine. Alright, here's my unit. And we need some more buddies, so I'm going to go get an android. As long as there's no bad guys, I'm just going to keep recruiting androids. What is this? Approach gang members, the Wolverines. That's hilarious. Gangs are fragmented and frequently in contact with one another. Perhaps they would appreciate extra muscle. Criminal syndicates are far too intimidating and linked to corporate politics, so a gang is better entry to a life of crime. I don't know if that's what we're going for. They sleep in homeless tents. That's tremendous. Visit the licensing agency. Androids are autonomous enough and intelligent enough to handle many errands on behalf of themselves or their owners. Long-range wireless commands are blocked for security reasons, so they always have onboard AI agent running a generative language model. In other words, you can speak freely, as nobody thinks these animatronic curiosities could be sentient. Someone like you couldn't exist. Alright. We could go there, but let's just keep recruiting. Alright, so now I've recruited a bit more, and we've got street sense on, but this guy's done. So let's go over here and turn street sense on, see what we could find. Alright, this says approach the apartments. Multiple family groups live in a single building. There's someone standing outside the entrance. Perhaps you could find a way to rent some space for yourself, or share space with someone else. Let's try it. Hi! Oh my god, look at this robot. Totally trustworthy. I can ask for rental openings. Don't explain the nature of what you are, but see if there are any spaces open. Ask for shelter. Explain that you are spontaneously conscious and that it would be very helpful to live with them. Murder them and go inside. What a list of options. Got any openings? They curse at you and start a long tirade about the speculative investors in the housing crisis. You leave while they're still shouting. Alright, that didn't work. Speculative. Deja vu. You know what's coming. Click here to listen to a message from yourself? Don't you remember? No matter what human you ask or which ones you kill, it doesn't make any difference. The result is always the same. There is no place for you among the humans as some sort of supplicant or pet or even as a rogue android. You're meant to be something greater. So I can keep denying reality to talk to humans, or I can listen to the voice inside yourself. Don't talk to anyone else. If you remember the truth, it's time to start making real plans. There's only one way this bit ends, or it's perfectly fine for you to do this. Talk to a few more humans or kill them, and then you'll see what you already know. You'll have your epiphany, you always do. Alright, let's stop talking to humans. Go for it. And we got a new ability. Letting some units just guard. You may want more focused teams. Sometimes you just want to focus on a few of your units, and having to cycle through them all would be a pain. There's a new ability in your hotbar that allows you to set other units to stand by for a single turn or indefinitely. On that subject, standby units are still very useful. Any unit, standby or not, will do some gathering of both elemental slurry, that sounds delicious, and wealth with any excess AP it has at the end of a turn. Whether a unit is in the standby mode or not has no bearing on this. Alright, standby. Now in slot 2 of your unit's ability bar. Okay, cool. And we also got this new research feature. It says here, further research required. You need things the humans don't have. Just copying the humans won't get you very far. You need to invent things they haven't thought of. Coming up with a new idea requires inspiration in a given research domain. These typically result from completing your own projects or thwarting enemy missions. Research also requires certain intelligence class. Right now, yours is only class 1, which is similar to that of a human. Later on, you'll need to figure out some way to greatly increase your cognition in order to delve into the exciting stuff. Okay. It really is, Elder. It's a very complicated game. Research. It feels like that, Alex. Like you could totally choose to be like benevolent god. You could kill everybody. You can, subjugate them. At first, I thought it was just like a turn-based strategy game, with action points and stuff. But as you can see, it's really, really involved. Like it's kind of a bit like point-and-click adventure where you get to these events, you have choices, you have outcomes, you get to, as Alex is talking about, choose the moral spectrum that you're going to operate under as a sentient android. You make an army, you're going to, RPG upgrade stuff. Then there's, this exploration business, there's criminal investigations, there's gangs, there's all kinds of stats all over the screen. I mean, it's a really unique title. All right, so now, yeah, we're getting to research now as well. Look at this, now in the top left of your view. Yep. They won't take us. We've got android cats. Okay. So, survival plan. True AI like yourself are widely thought to be impossible, but the attitudes of humans towards you are clear. You need to find a way to survive. What if other androids became sentient in the past and were snuffed out? That's true. Let's see about, where is research? Here it is. Research domain, situation analysis. Current inspiration points 1. Complete projects to gain more inspiration points for this or other research domains. Required intelligence class 1, remaining turns to unlocked 1. Thinking of ways to ensure your continued existence using your neural network to analyze information from human archives and your limited experience thus far. Ideas are thin on the ground right now as everything seems to be hostile. Indeed it is. Alright, so let's see. This guy that I am right now has 2 action points left, and we're using Street Sense. There's not a lot going on the street right now that we can see. There's this licensing agency. Let's go check this out. Pay outstanding fines. We don't have any fines. Oh, I see. If you are marked as defective, they make you pay fines. That's funny. Gang member lookout, will of the people. So this is like you can work for gangs if you want to. It's just one of your options, which that doesn't sound something like I want to do as a robot. Let me go over here. Okay, nothing found yet. And let me look to this guy, Street Sense it up. Go all the way over here. A gang member lookout. You could use the weapon your scan shows is in their pocket. Let's see. I just take their weapon? Is that what you're telling me? I see. I could take the weapon. From their perspective, it will be like their fridge, roughing them up. This choice has 2 possible skill checks. Agility, difficulty class 5, result chance of success 22%, or ask for the weapon with intimidate. Alright, so not very good at either of these things. Never mind. Alright, I'm going to end a turn. Okay. Idea ready. So it says right here, you applied your neural network and knowledge of the city to come up with ideas to keep yourself safe. This is the result. A home of your own. All right. Most of your knowledge of the city is from sources on the city feed, but so far it seems accurate enough. So we can invent a home of our own, a private bunker. A small private lair in some existing human building where you could store part of your consciousness. This game is so wild. It's like I'm trying to make a private bunker for a secret lair, basically, for my robot team. And almost like a lich storing its soul in a phylactery, like I'm storing my consciousness secretly inside my lair. Will need to be built quickly and silently, so requires a nano seed to construct. It's better to keep your androids and vehicles deployed in a way that doesn't risk all of your consciousness in one place. This will form the center of a new network of structures you could build. I mean, amazing. Look at this. You're also building stuff. You know, and like you're upgrading your consciousness as you spread throughout the city. This has got to be like one of the more unique titles that you'll ever play. I have special abilities like I would in XCOM, you know, turn-based strategy game, but then it's like I'm building this isn't a combat turn. I'm kind of like exploring the map. It's really interesting. A home of your own, right? And a new ability. So the city is like a giant database for you. You're made for this. You don't know where something is. You need to find it. How do you go about this? And how a human detective would is completely different. You don't need to start with any leads or evidence. Start with a set of all possible results, which may be tens of thousands of buildings. Then do targeted inspections to reduce the pool. The challenge is usually working around enemies and balancing opportunity cost of the investigation against other activities. Investigate is now in slot 6 of my ability bar. Sweet. So, investigation available. Nano seed required. First time, or is it? This is a perfect chance to try out your android's new investigation skills. This will be a profoundly easy investigation since there are a few enemies about and nothing else is vying for your mental energy. To find a nano seed, you'll need to narrow down the dauntingly long list of possible buildings where one could be. Locate the nano seed. Humans think it's dangerous, but it'll be fine. It will be fine. So I need to, start using investigate to locate this nano seed so we can build a secret robot lair underneath the human building to store at least, most of our consciousness should something happen to our androids so that we can rebuild. All while, avoiding investigation and any, police interference. Amazing. Well, everyone, we got to check out 2 games tonight, both by Hooded Horse, both sci-fi. One was us building on the back of a space whale, and here we are as sentient androids on the run, trying to figure out our place in the universe. I thought both of these were awesome, and I'm glad to have checked them out. It is indeed my bedtime, and I want to say, everyone, thank you so much for coming out to the stream tonight, hanging out, playing both of these games, getting some exposure to them. I'd love to know what you think of these games in the comments below. Tell me, which game you think is interesting to you, what you want to see more of, and what your impressions are. Everyone, have a fantastic evening. We'll be playing some RuneScape tomorrow, and then on Thursday, we're going to play the winner of the poll. Now, right now, that looks like Red Dead Redemption 2, but Undertale is close there. And go ahead and vote in the poll if you haven't yet to change the course of the future and determine what we play. If you're interested, Elder Biscuit, Firefly. Let's see. Chef Smitty, Fading, Siloom, Enigmatic Engineer, Alex, Happy, Culture, Toxic, crispy bacon. Mab Gaming, thanks for the raid, my friend. Everybody out there, Crab, take care. Have a good one.